What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I decided to start moto vlogging not too long ago. Just something I thought I would get into just kind of for fun, just as a hobby. Something that's just kind of totally different than what I do during my regular work week. Anyways, I'm just out running a couple errands, a couple honeydews, one business stop. That's going to be a little bit of a ways away tonight. But it actually feels not too bad here in Texas. I think the high today was 89. And, that's not bad this time of year. Middle of August. Humidity, it could be drier. But it ain't bad. My bike's idling low. This bike I got not too long ago. This is a Suzuki S40. A lot of people are familiar with the S40s. A lot more people actually are probably familiar with the Savages. And they made this bike for a long time. And anyways, this is a 2007. I picked this up probably about 6 weeks ago from a guy that he listed it on Facebook Marketplace, and I clicked on it about 8 or 9 minutes after he posted it. And he only wanted $750 for it. Of course, he hadn't ran it in 2 years. Battery was dead. Had of course a full tank of old gas in it, and didn't take a whole lot to get it running. I did have to pull the carb apart, and I obviously had to empty all of the old gas out of it. But it's a situation where he was going to be moving soon, and it just wasn't going to take the bike with him. They were downsizing, I think, and so he's getting rid of this bike. Look at the lake out there, just like glass. Could use a little bit of wind. Anyway, so this bike didn't need a whole lot. Just a little bit of TLC, and then I replaced the muffler on it. Anybody that has one of these can probably identify real quick that it is not a stock muffler. It's just a muffler that I pulled off of actually didn't pull it off the bike, but I went and got it from a Harley Davidson repair guy not too far from where I live. It's just a Sportster muffler. But it sounds pretty good, and evidently it's a higher flowing muffler. So, but more than anything, I just wanted something that made a little bit of noise. The stock muffler on this thing is very quiet. Right here on the highway, it sounded like a sprinkler system. The stock muffler did, and it just had the. But I'm pretty happy with the way that this one sounds. And a lot of people say that this bike is not great for long trips. Incidentally, I'm going to be taking this bike up to the Grand Canyon. I'm going up there with several members of my family, and we're going to tour some of the roads out there. Should be a good ride. It'll be late September, early October when we go out there, and I'm hoping to get some good video. So this video and any consecutive videos I do before then are kind of beta tests for that. do, if anybody's won, obviously, if you have a Savage, you know that doesn't come with a tach. I added the tach. I just like to have a tach. I kind of like to know what my bike's doing. I don't really like to just rely on how it sounds. And like I said a second ago, it was kind of idling low, and but it was steady. And I knew it was idling low because it likes to idle at about 1,400 RPMs, and I could see on the tach that it was idling at about 1,000, and it kind of sounded like it was idling low. And again, I had the tach as kind of a visual reference to confirm that. I didn't have to just kind of think, oh well, it doesn't sound right, and then kind of wonder what's going on. Every once in a while, it kind of will idle low, especially if I've had it out riding and I've let it kind of begin to cool off after I've let it come to a stop and let it start to cool and then come back 30 minutes to an hour later. I've noticed that it kind of likes to idle low, but probably when we get where we're going, it's not going to be doing that. I've also noticed that if you're at a stoplight and you're about to run out of gas, it'll actually idle high. It'll actually idle about 1,600 RPMs. Don't really know what that's about. I'm sure somebody could probably tell me why that is, but until then, I don't know. Not really too worried about it. One thing that is really cool about this bike is that anybody can work on it. It's just one carburetor, one big cylinder. It's a 650 for those that aren't familiar with this bike. Well, there goes a number of bikes. I bet they're taking a trip somewhere. So yeah, I'm cruising at 60 right now, and it's only pulling about 4,000 RPMs. And it's pretty comfortable. Now, one thing I did do, kind of glance down real quick. You can see that right there. That's not a foot peg. That's a floorboard. As far as I know, you can't get floorboards on this bike, or for this bike, unless you make them. So I made those, and I've recently been working on a website to sell them. Thumperlife.net. You can go to that site and see the floorboards that are on this bike. And I have sold a couple of pairs. But 70 miles an hour, man, it makes all the difference. One reason that this bike is kind of classified as a bike that is not a good, it's considered not a good cross-country bike, and that's true. You wouldn't want to take a 5-hour, 5-hour trip on it. Gas tank only, I can't say that I've actually ran this tank all the way through from full to dead. But it gets a little over 100 miles before you have to switch over to reserve. Reserve's probably another 25 miles. So I would say conservatively that's a 125 mile tank. But that's really not It's really not too small. About every 100 miles or so, you're wanting to kind of stop and stretch your legs a little bit anyways. Look around. And it's not like 100 miles away is, not very far. We're cruising 70 now, so yeah, what the floorboards do, the stock foot pegs are, they're not bad. They have a real cushy rubber on them. And, but at this speed, 65 miles an hour going down the highway, you would get a good bit of vibration through those foot pegs. And it would all be right there in the palm of your foot. And, eventually, it would kind of start putting your foot to sleep. And it's very annoying. So one thing the floorboards do really well is they let you put your foot flat down, so you're not actually having to kind of balance your legs on the foot pegs. And it also dampens the vibration quite a bit. So I've got these floorboards. Underneath the rubber is some cork. And so they dampen quite a bit, but more than anything, they kind of, any vibration that remains, at least it's scattered across pretty much your entire foot. And it's not all right there in the palm of your foot, just putting your legs to sleep. I have worked on this seat a little bit. The foam that comes in this seat is a very rugged, kind of firm foam, and it's not bad for short rides. But one thing I did is I kind of carved out kind of a center section where your tailbone would be, and what it is, I put kind of almost like a bedding material, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of a webbing. It's almost like what you would find in like a comforter for a bed. A real fluffy comforter would have kind of a pillowy type stuff in it. That's kind of in the center of the seat, and then on top of the entire seat, both the driver's seat and the pillion seat in the back, I've got this real soft, cushy foam on top of all of that. So the seat's actually a little bit taller because that foam on top compresses a lot easier. You don't necessarily sit any higher, but it is more comfortable. Because one thing I noticed about this bike, just a week or so after I got it, you drive more than 30 minutes on this on the stock seat, and that tailbone is starting to fall asleep on you, and it's very uncomfortable. And so this seat here with that extra cushion and that relief in the middle, it's really nice. I can go an hour on this seat, no problem. Getting into a little bit of traffic here. Are we gonna stop? I don't know. Either way, I'm sure glad I could get behind Crazy Dog here from Arkansas. You know what? I kind of wanted to take that exit, but I will take the next exit and be moving at least. Assuming the next exit isn't 4 miles up the road. I can tell since we left home base and it's gotten a little bit cooler, sun's starting to go down. It's starting to get pretty nice, actually. It would seem that that my exit is a little bit place up here. There's one. Like I said, I'm new to the motovlogging thing, and it's been a trick to find a mic that will work. So what I actually do during my day job, I actually own a guitar shop in Rockwall. We actually build guitars, and there's actually a YouTube video of us building one. If you were to search Morrison Guitar Shop on YouTube, you would definitely find it. We build guitars, but we're also full retail, full service, and I actually have a degree in audio engineering. So fortunately, I know a little bit about how to alter sound, but it still proved to be rather difficult to figure out a mic situation to motovlog with. And my wife said at one point, "Why don't you just splurge and buy one?" I said, "Well, they're not that expensive, but evidently even the ones that are recommended are just not all that great." And I think I stumbled upon the Purple Panda, and there was one other one. There's 2 or 3 popular ones, but evidently people that have used all 2 or 3, there's certain things they like about some and certain things they like that they don't like. And evidently, one of the popular ones is it's real clear. The voice and everything is real clear and defined, but the bike sounds anemic, and that kind of almost takes the fun out of it. And then some of the other ones would say that there's some of the other ones, some of the other mics they kind of rumble a little bit. And there's kind of almost too much background noise, and you can't really hear the dialogue. And so for the guitars that we make, I actually do 2 different pickups, and one of them includes a mic. And so one of the mics that you hear is one of those mics. The other mic The other mic is an omnidirectional mic, and so and then the one that we use for our acoustics is a noise canceling mic capsule, and so you're actually hearing two mics, and one of them is kind of more so picking up the bike, the low end rumble. 635 detour. Okay, I'll bite. So one of those mics is picking up kind of the low end rumble, and the other one is picking up mostly my voice. The one that is picking up my voice, if you were to hear it without the other mic, it would just sound not too thin, but it wouldn't really sound. You wouldn't really tell that I was riding a motorcycle. It would just be like I was talking to you on the telephone. A really good telephone, but it would just not have that bottom end. And in my videos, I wanted to be able to hear the bike too. So and so at some point I might look into, let's see, let's go straight here. See, I see them all over there, but I'm a little bit turned around. I'm not quite sure where I'm at. My wife would know exactly where she is. She grew up in this area. And at any rate, I'm going to go left. Up here, let's see. I could turn around, but I think I'll just go straight here. Not straight, but take a left. And so, yeah, now my bike is idling like it usually does. Just had to warm up a little bit, I guess. So anyways, this camera, this is actually not a GoPro. I actually got this off of Amazon. I believe it's an XTU S40 something like that, and it was on sale. As a matter of fact, I think I only paid $119 for it, and what you're seeing right now is 4K at 30 frames, and you know, I'm pretty pleased with the video quality. I don't know if there's probably some hardcore GoPro guys out there that say, "Oh no, it sucks, man. The video sucks." But you know, growing up, you know, we just didn't know. We didn't have 4K, and we didn't know there was any lack of quality to what we were watching. I remember when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and my dad, either he got a bonus or a promotion or something. I remember he came home. This is probably 96 or 7, and he came home with a 32-inch for the living room. And boy, we were living it up, man. 32 inches of entertainment. It certainly wasn't 4K, but you know, you just, compared to what you're accustomed to, you know, we thought we were living it up. It had the picture-in-picture, and where it would have you could watch one channel on the main screen, and then down in one corner you could watch another channel. So anyways, let me know what you thought of this video, what you think of the sound quality. I'd love to hear everybody's feedback. We'll see you next time.